Salvete Omnes, this is I'm Amelia, also known as TheMartianGeek, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. In the last episode, we went through the tutorial dungeon, and now we're professionals. We have an emblem and everything. What's this guy? Or who, rather, Ridge. Hi there, Estelle and Joshua. Oh, hi, Ridge. Looks like your training is over, isn't it? I'm humbled to know that you two are the youngest ever to pass the Bracer exam. You don't say. I look forward to working with you in the same capacity. I'm not sure this guy ever actually shows up again. Ourselves as well. I have to get back to work now, but if there's something you don't understand, give me a holler. So yeah, let's see what the... Oh, wait. Oh. I was gonna see, it looked like... I'm gonna say it looked like those chairs could be interacted with, but I'm not sure. Hurry up and come on! Wait for me, Luke. Huh. Huh? Oh, it's you two. Oh, great, it's Estelle. Hi there, Joshua. Okay, you little twerp, what's with the oh, great, it's Estelle remark? And what's the big hurry? How about telling us where you're headed? You're not thinking about wandering out of town alone, are you? The roads are full of monsters, I hope you know. You're such a pest, Estelle. Don't you know there's no room for girls to be sticking their big fat noses in boys' business? Here we go again. Quit acting like you're a bracer, you wannabe. How wrong you are, Luke. How incredibly wrong. You're more wrong than a fool who thinks there's better tasting milk in Liberl than the milk that comes from the Purzel farm. What? No way! You're full of it, Estelle. In fact, as of just a few minutes ago, we qualified to become real bracers. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Real bracers! More like bracers in training, really. Don't think you should be getting on your high horse just yet, Estelle. Now a high pony, on the other hand. Quit being a killjoy. Wow, you two are great. I'm so happy for the both of you. Oh, Pat, you're such a good little boy. Unlike that smart aleck and cynical brat you call a friend. This isn't fair. I was supposed to become a bracer first. Kid, you look like you're like 8 years younger than me. Really? I can accept that Joshua became a bracer before me, but getting passed by the likes of Estelle... What's the likes of Estelle supposed to mean? Just so you know, you can't even be a bracer until you're 16 years old. Get it? Only mature people allowed. And that means no little kids who are still going to Sunday school. I don't know how I should put this, Estelle, but Sunday school is dying to have you back. You better watch out, Estelle. I'm going to go train at my secret base, and before you know it, I'm going to be a bracer too. Come on, Pat, let's go. Alright, I'm coming. See you later, Estelle. Bye, Joshua. That boy Luke, he's always trying to pick a fight with me. I wonder if he just plain hates me or something. Rather, I think it's the exact opposite. What do you mean by that? Don't worry about it, it's just a boy thing. At any rate, what do you think Luke meant when he said secret base? I don't know why, but somehow it makes me a bit curious. I know exactly what you mean. A secret base sounds really intriguing. The pure heart of a young child can be so inspiring at times. That's not really what I meant by curious. Okay, so let's see. We have our Orbital Factory. I don't think there's anything else we can do there yet, but we might as well check. We have 3 shops, and we have an inn, which we don't need yet. And if we did, we could always just go down to the sewer and rest there. I'm sure it would be perfectly comfortable. So actually, how much sepith do we have? Let's see. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we can do with that right now. We can't open any more slots. And we have 1,000 Mira. Let's see, do they sell newspapers here? Hello. Got the paper? Hello there, Estelle and Joshua. What are you in the market for today? A new pair of shoes? Now that you mention it, are there any new ones in stock? You know, like the newest Stragas? Unbelievable, you've actually already forgotten why we came in here to begin with. We're not here to shop, we're supposed to be buying a copy of the Liberal News for Dad, remember? Right? Haha, of course. You've always been a big collector of those shoes, haven't you, Estelle? Well, I mean... we have 3 slots in our inventory that don't have any, or 3 equipment slots that don't have anything in them yet, so might as well get some shoes, right? But the new Stragas aren't out yet. I do, however, have some copies of the Liberal News in, if that's what you're after. Alright, I'll take 1 copy then. That comes to 100 Mira, please. I know my dad always buys a copy of this magazine, but does it really sell that well? It sure does. The Liberal News has an excellent reporter and camerawoman who've done a great job reporting the latest and most reliable news. They're even supposed to have a running story related to Queen Alicia's birthday celebration. But enough about that, why don't you tell me how you did today? Did you make it as bracers? Today was your last day of training, wasn't it? Yep, everything went smoothly too. But how did you know about all that, Mr. Renan? Renan? Haha, in a certain sense, both you and Joshua are like celebrities here in Rolent. I tend to hear a lot from customers coming through here. I shouldn't have expected anything less from Rolent. The grapevine around here is seriously something to be reckoned with. No kidding, the women here especially love to gossip. One more thing before you go. This gift is my way of saying congratulations. It's a free sample item I received with my shipment of goods, but don't hold the free part against me. Get a recipe book. What's this supposed to be for? There's a ton of blank pages. It's the recipe book, isn't it? You got it. When you get hurt fighting, if you just limit yourself to healing balms all the time, it's going to cut pretty deep into your wallets. This is where a recipe book comes into play. If you eat food to recover your strength instead, it's basically free. Assuming you have all the ingredients anyway. So if you eat something new, write down what's in it, and you'll have lots of recipes in no time. So how about we try this out? Go ahead and eat this cookie, Estelle. You get a maple cookie. Well, I have made it a personal rule to never turn down sweets. And we learned it by merely eating it. Magic! Basically, all you have to do is eat the food to learn the recipe. It's as simple as that. Like I said, that's straight up magic. As you're traveling about, you should eat whatever food you come across that you haven't had the opportunity to try before. Make sure it's actually food first, though. Well, that sounds pretty convenient. It's not that I don't like cooking and all, it's just that I never seem to get any better. I'd sure love to be able to increase my repertoire and really shock my dad's taste buds for once in my life. That's the spirit. And in passing, if you're in need of any ingredients, I'd be delighted to service your cooking needs. Seems like it's implied that in the past she already has shocked her dad's taste buds, just not in the way he might like. You really know how to solicit your customers, Mr. Renan. Thank you for the recipe book. We'll put it to good use. Eating the recommended dish at restaurants or using to-go meals adds the recipe to the recipe book. By selecting the recipe book, all learned recipes will be displayed. As long as the necessary ingredients are available, the food can be made. There are 2 types of food: sit-down meals, which must be eaten on the spot, and to-go meals, which can be carried as items. Sit-down meals cannot be carried as items. Ingredients used for cooking can be bought at a store or acquired from monsters. Sewer rat casserole. So, maple cookie. Let's see. There we go. So that requires some milk, some flour, and some sugar, none of which we have, but it heals ADHP. So what's on the upper floor? Hello, person. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to read every text box aloud. Nice balcony there. Pointless balcony, but it adds to the world, right? So let's see. We should probably check out the stock of every shop before we go buying anything, but we can buy some vegetables and spices and all that. Congratulations, you two. You finally become bracers. Why do you always have to ruin the moment, Joshua? I should be this happy because I earned it. You should at least let me bask in the glory for a minute. Sometimes you can just be so... But, Estelle, now that you've become a bracer, you're going to have to get over your little, problem with Orbital Arts. Man, you two, why do you have to go and spoil my day by saying things like that? If you have any other business needs, don't forget to stop by. What problem? Whoops. Wrong option. Maybe if I press the right button it would help. Oh, they do have new quartz. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure we can't open up any more slots. We're going to need at least 30 of some stuff for that. Actually, does this guy say anything new? The structure of a clock. Huh? So, let's see. We can get more than one of the same kind of quartz, but we don't have to. So, we should get one of those, but we don't have any time sepith yet. That'll make it easier to hit enemies. I don't know, I'm going to save my sepith for when we can make some more substantial stuff. Let's see. Hello, I'm barging in uninvited. You should be back anytime. His name is Fate? Okay. Let's see. Who's in here? Almost time for my husband to come home from work, blah 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 blah. Yeah, one of the strengths of this series is that the NPCs actually have, like, personalities and don't just say the same thing over and over again. Well, I mean, I guess some of them do. Like, there's a world beyond the protagonist, basically. Hello. Can't turn the camera in this room. Okay, so that's another way of getting over there. And nothing up here. Alright. Probably would have been more efficient to just go down the other way, but whatever. Okay, so let's see. I guess we haven't checked out the church yet, and we still have 2 of the green shops to go to. So we can get some weapons here, which I'll probably be doing if they're not too expensive. She actually had quite a bit to say for not being an important character. Alright, so that emblem on your chest. So, what you got for us? A bigger stick, some better knives. Not sure why he's selling that, considering it's literally the same as the one we have. But we can get better armor. We only have 900 Mira, so thinking it's not quite time for that yet. We can get some boots though, if we want, and some status effect preventing accessories. I tend to forget what the churches actually do or why they need to be marked separately. Hello there. Father Divine. Well, that's a fitting name for a priest, I suppose. Talk to all the NPCs, brag about Estelle being a bracer to all the NPCs. Yeah. Oh, Goddess Idios of the Firmament, please guide these unseasoned youths. Well, I tried to put some pepper on, but it just made me sneeze. Anyone up here? No one. Yeah, this is going to take up a lot of time in this LP, I have a feeling. And this is like a small town by the standards of this game. This is kind of out in the boonies. Oh well. So here's our hotel if we need it. We've got an unusual guest staying here at the moment. She appears to be a student from the Genus Royal Academy. I've heard she's come here to study about Rolent. What's this door? Ah. Don't mind me just barging into your bathroom and all that. Hello, girl in uniform. Okay, so I guess that must be the person that he was talking about. Nobody in that room. It actually doesn't say... Well, it doesn't say how much money it costs. I would have thought it would do that before giving you the option. So the only things we haven't checked out are that little square area here and the one remaining green shop. So let's look at the clock tower. The ladder that goes up to the observation deck. What's wrong, Estelle? Something on your mind? It's nothing really. How about we climb up to the observation deck? Sure, I guess. Yeah, there's not really anything we can do here, though. A beautiful sound as always. I love the toll of this tower bell. This bell does more than tell the time. It's also marking Rolent's history. Oh yeah, and my sense of direction is terrible, so get used to me checking the map a lot. In the tabloids, huh? Isn't it romantic that you two lovers are bracers who stand for justice? I have this feeling that a juicy drama is about to unfold. Lovers? Joshua and I aren't lovers, we're family. You really don't understand anything, Estelle. You don't understand your feelings! Joshua's adopted and things could go either way in the future, right? Blah, blah, blah. Awkward. Oh, and we have a bar. Okay. So let's see. Go ahead and check the upper floors first. Hello, person. Hello, Tabitha. Say hi to Alyssa. Let's see. Oh, there's Alyssa. I actually have a friend named Alyssa who spells her name the same way. Could it be that you're on a date together? What is it with people and thinking we're in love? Beyond familial. I am officially a real bracer, another typo. The problem with it, Estelle doesn't realize herself. I'm standing right here, you guys. Oh, poor Estelle. Yeah, don't soak yourself too much there. Oh, but we can buy pasta here. And what else can we buy? We can buy food. But they don't count as recipes. So, we'll just buy the pasta. And now we know how to make it. 100 mira for a new recipe, that seems reasonable, right? So, with 800 left, I'm thinking let's beef up our arsenal. Actually, what do we have for healing items? Just the 3 tear bombs. So, Takes 5 milled flowers, huh? Yeah, I don't know, I feel like at this point, it's probably better to just buy better weapons and armor. So, Our current strength is 42, that's a 4-point upgrade. 3 points for him. Gosh, 800 Mira, and that's only a 5-point defense increase. I mean, we could buy some boots, I guess. Whatever. We'll get some boots. And we'll get some status effect prevention accessories, too. So now that we're completely broke, let's go back to Dad and tell him what we've learned. And also put on the boots. We are slightly beefier. Oh, hey, Ina has something to say. Oh, hi, Ina. Ina, is something wrong? You seem to be in quite a hurry. We've got a bit of a problem. Is your father at home today? Yes, he is. He said something about having to sort out a bunch of documents. But what's going on? You know Luke and Pat, right? Sure we do. In fact, we saw them not that long ago. What's wrong? Are they in some sort of trouble? I don't know how to say this, but I just heard from Uni that Luke and Pat ran off to the tower that lies in the northern outskirts of Rolent. You mean the Tower of Esmelas? Isn't that place supposed to be a breeding ground for monsters? That's what they say. Unfortunately, at the moment, Sherazard is out on other bracer business, so I want to ask your father to bring the boys home safely. What are you talking about? There's no time for that. Joshua and I will go after them and bring them back. I don't know if that's such a good idea. The two of you only just qualified to be junior bracers today. With all due respect, I believe that Estelle's judgment is correct in this situation. If the two of us hurry, we may even be able to catch up with the boys before they reach the tower. I understand. I will take responsibility for whatever happens. As an emergency request from the Bracer Guild, I ask that you lose no time in bringing about the safe return of these children. Roger that. Understood. The Esmelas Tower can be reached by taking the western path at the junction along the Melga Trail. You can get onto the Melga Trail through Rolent's northwest gate. I'll be on standby at the guild, so if you run into any trouble, you know where to find me. This is our first real job. Come on, Joshua, we don't have any time to lose. I'm right behind you. Well, Cassius certainly won't get his newspaper on time. Yeah, just checking. So, just checking. Okay. Yeah. So what happens if we try to go through the other exit? Well, it doesn't stop us, so check out the landing port. I'm sure we have time for a little bit of a detour, right? I don't think there's anything of note to do here right now, but whatever. That's like, I think they do a good job in this series of making the technology not medieval, but not futuristic, and actually pretty close in a lot of ways to, like, 20th, 21st century stuff, without making it just basically the same. Like, it has its own unique spin on things with the orbital technology and stuff. I didn't word that very well, but you get my gist. Anyway, let's stop putting it off any longer. Here we go. And we have our second overworld theme. And we have a... Is that a flying bunny? Well, we got a preemptive attack on it. It is a flying feline, so flying cat. It also takes extra damage from magic, or at least from the 4 basic elements. Yeah, enemies will never be weak to or resistant against time, space, or mirage. At least, not in this game. That doesn't come along until Trails of Cold Steel. Or maybe Trails in the Sky the Third? I forget if that game had elemental weaknesses and stuff for those, but definitely not in this game, and I don't think in the second one. So yeah, let's just beat up the kitties.
That's that thing. Let's move out.
Don't feel too bad for the kitties. They were trying to kick us in the face. Gosh, I'm so used to having the quartz that lets you see monsters from a distance. But it has been a while since I've played this first game. I mean, it's been 4.5 years. Plant. Immobile plant, okay. Well, that makes it easy to get a preemptive attack on it. But it's out of range. Actually, come to think of it... Well, anyway, just beating up the plant. The exclamation mark is a critical hit bonus. Whatever you do on that turn will be extra effective, whether it's an attack or a healing spell. I guess it doesn't increase buffs, but... Yeah, and the plus 10 thing, that was an attack buff, which I think also applies to magic, but I'm not sure. So, let's see. So we can choose where our characters will start in battle, so we can move them farther back, or closer together, or whatever. I mean, where they are is probably fine, for now. But as we get... Whoa, I didn't even see that flying cat. 3 of them this time. Man, we need to get some area of effect attacks. I don't think you can actually get those until after the prologue. And the enemy got the attack up. That's nice. So, we definitely want to get rid of that one. If we can. Shoot. Well, I guess we get to see what its charged attack is like. Oh, great, and it's critical, too. Okay, I did do that wrong. Kitty kick. Ow. Take that, you jerk. Yeah, you want to be careful with the turn bonuses. Should have gotten another HP quartz for Joshua, and then they could both use healing magic. Oh well. Okay, we have another plant. Wait, that was the front? I could S-craft here, but... maybe I do need to move my characters a little closer. Seems like they've been out of range almost every battle. Miss me, don't kiss me, please. And that one had a knockback effect. Okay, that's nice. Well, they are very weak to fire. Too bad we don't have any fire magic, because the stupid fire quartz debuffs your defense. It's a good thing we got those boots, huh? Ow! Yeah, you can actually see the characters have painful looks on their face when they're almost out of HP. Heal thyself! And the heal's 200, so it'll always be full at this point. I guess it won't be too long before we level up. And I think moving actually takes less turn time than attacking. Now, if you're trying to attack something and it's out of range, I'm not sure if that counts as a move action for the purposes of calculating time. Yeah, look at how far away she was. Well, at least we get the attack buff this time. I may start cutting out some of the battles after a certain point, but again, we'll have to see how it goes, see what people think would be best. I was going to do something. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. You can also choose your party order on the field, but there's not really any reason to do that right now. There's not really any reason to do that, period, but especially not when we only have 2 characters anyway. I can't tell which part of that plant is the front. I think we want to go around like this. Let's see. I could do that. probably rather attack the plants since they can mess up my battle formation, but they're out of range, so right now we'll just go for the cats. And critical hit, not that it really matters that much. So no more kitties. So, gonna use Estelle's S-Craft even though it's total overkill because we have a Sepith up bonus and you know what that means.
Here I come.
It means it's extra effective because, like I said, it deals a lot of hits, so... Considering we're kinda low on open slots and quartz and all that this early in the game... dang it. That was a waste. We must get these characters some better movement. Will you quit knocking Estelle across the entire freaking battlefield? Come on. Maybe we should have gotten some food. Estelle learned Taunt, okay. Reviving Balm. Not a thing remains in the chest except a lonely dead spider. Oh. Wait, did we get a level up and I missed it? How did I miss that? We totally just did get a level up. Alright. And somehow I was not paying attention during that. Okay. So, there's the Ismailus Tower, and the Melga Mine will come into play later. So what's on this little side path here? Cat. Kite says SCFU. And the feeling is mutual. And we'll get the attack buff, but not much we can do about that. Everyone's speed values are so low at this point in the game, we don't really have very consistent ways to manipulate the turn order exactly how we want it. That tends to be a big part, or at least a pretty significant part, of some of the later games. At least we're taking a lot less damage after that level up. And hey, once we get back, we might even have enough Sepith to open up a new slot or two. Another treasure chest. And more healing items are always good. The chest is empty. I wonder whose fault that is. So, plant. Attack Planty Boy from back. Screw it, I'm just gonna hit him with... Actually, wait a minute. Okay, they don't have resistance. Well, go with the one that can cause status effects. Kinda want to save Estelle's EP for healing. So it looks like that did actually count as a move action, but I'm not positive. Okay, we got the feint effect. Feint is one of the best status effects you can inflict on an enemy, and one of the worst ones to have on yourself. It basically means they can't do anything on their turn until it wears off. So like a stun or sleep effect, except unlike sleep, attacking an enemy with it doesn't wake them up, and if I remember correctly, attacking a fainted enemy actually deals extra damage. Or maybe that's another thing that varies from game to game. I guess I'm not positive on that. Actually, it won't be too long before I get another level up. See, I tend to not want to use too much EP early game, but I tend to forget that we also level up enough that I don't usually run out that easily. Let's see. Now they're all within range now, might as well just normal attack him. You bad kitty! And I guess our attacks have a little bit of knockback too. Man, why do these characters' range suck so much? That's usually what boots help you with, is they increase your movement. But we didn't have a lot of options for boosts, so we had to take what we could get. And we should have invested in some hit quartz too. That would let us miss less often. Trails of Cold Steel 2 is pretty bad about that in the beginning, as far as missing enemies goes. So yeah, only 51 experience and we'll get another level up. You can also get Area of Effect crafts, but again, we don't have any of those yet. Aside from Estelle's Morale, which isn't an attack ability. Looks like we've come all the way to the Esmelas Tower. I didn't see any sign of them along the trail, so do you think they wandered inside? It's quite likely that's the case. Let's go in. It looks like we'll need to hurry. Right. Let's see, is there anything around the outside of the tower? Sometimes they had treasure chests and stuff there. Well, anyway though, I think this is another good place to call it. So we will enter Esmelas Tower next time. We'll save our game. And be back then.